time for another episode of the 12-Man Fan Jam Show, a show made by 12s from around the world, for 12s from around the world. I'm Mosette, and here's your host, and my dad, the self-appointed Reverend Moses of the St. Paul Allen Church of Seahawk Positivity.
Yes, this is your self-appointed Reverend Moses of the St. Paul Allen Church of Seahawk Positivity, and welcome once again to another wonderful edition of your 12-Man Fan Jam Show, episode 1212, the Rams edition, as your Seattle Seahawks get ready to take on the Los Angeles Rams. So do us all a favor, grab a desired sin or beverage of your choice, put your tray table up and your seat back in the full upright position. Please put your arms and legs inside the podcast at all times. And what can I tell you? Yesterday was Halloween. I watched a couple scary films, and I waited till midnight to watch the scariest film was a replay of last week's game.
Yeah.
So,
Dude, you know you're old when you call movies films.
yeah, you're right. We are here with the posse, of course. Over there is Matt from Old England. Hi, Matt.
Good morning, Moses. How are you?
Not unwell, thank you. And yourself?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Yeah, hanging in there. I've taken back to drinking.
Uh-oh.
This team is going to be the death of me, and we'll come on to the reasons why shortly. But this team is coming to the death of me, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to go and hit some of the hard stuff. So I went and had full fat Coke for a change.
There you go. Ooh, rum.
Yeah.
I don't blame you. Hopefully that'll change this week. And guy shaking his head over there is Dustin. Hi, Dustin.
He's had a few drinks.
Nah.
Yep, I have been known to partake in the drinks every now and then.
You have been. And last week we did the wing challenge, and you did 1 million, and you survived.
Scoville hit you.
Wow. Congratulations.
Yeah, and follow up on that is you guys saw I texted the guys over the weekend, and I finished off that bag of wings and had a bunch more hot sauce on it. So I didn't get enough on Friday.
Couldn't get enough. Couldn't get it. You're a brave soul, Dustin.
Yeah.
And down there is Will. Hi, Will.
Hi, Moses. How are you?
Wonderful. Yourself?
Well, I had kind of a depressing Halloween. Instead of candy, I tried out Seahawks tickets, and after a while, word got out, and nobody showed up.
Oh.
Yeah.
They didn't egg your house either. They just sent you sympathy cards.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's too bad.
It's probably Rams fans showing up for him.
Probably, from the way it's looked recently. And that down there is my son, Little Mo. Hi, Little Mo. Welcome back.
Hi, how's it going? I had to work last week, y'all.
Hard-working man. Hardworking man. We missed you. Because
well,
you know why? Well, wait a minute. We missed
Why
you
that?
because
Why's that?
Jason Myers kicked a 59-yard field goal, and you weren't here for any of it.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
He did? When did he do that? Oh,
He
yeah,
did
the
that
Falcons
last game. Yeah, Falcons game. Yeah.
Well, I will say I'm really proud of the Seahawks that they did not give me any hope during the game at all. So it wasn't like you got your hopes up. You're like, hey, we might come back and win.
No.
Yeah.
It was just
No,
straight.
That's true.
There was none of that.
Yeah. So there's no hope. So at least there was that. Well, I just chill and just
Hey.
do what I'm doing now.
You do want consistency out of your team.
Yeah. You do. You do want consistency. We want consistency out of the show. So what we do is we run this show the same way that we do just about every week, and that is the 12-Man Fan Jam Show. Yes, professionally. And we do it also with the 12-Man Fan Jam format. So let's take a look at the format for this week's show.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, 12-Man Fan Jam Show format. We go 4 quarters and a halftime on this show, just like a real NFL game. Quarter 1, will catch us up with the news of the NFL. Quarter 2, yes, we will talk about that game last week between the Seahawks and the Bills, probably as briefly as possible. We will follow that, though. We do have a caption that picture coming up to kind of lighten the mood a little bit before we go to halftime. And halftime, the second half is devoted to the Seahawks and the Rams. We give you an injury report. We give you weather, fashion. We give you a sermon of Seahawk positivity for that game between your Seahawks and those Rams. And, of course, halftime is halftime trivia. I glanced over that because Dustin has just been dominating.
He won again?
For Will.
No, Will didn't he?
Oh, I wasn't here last week. I won.
That's right. It was Dustin. Dustin won. That's right.
Yeah, I won it for Will.
His Google connection's quicker than mine, that's all.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Well, you're an hour behind us now, I think, right?
I know.
Well, we fall back this weekend, so it'll be
Before
back.
we'll catch up.
Yeah.
So game info quarter 3 and then game 4, we make our predictions, prognostications, and game balls for that Sunday game between the Seahawks and the Rams. Remember, we are on what we call the social media, the interwebs. If you like X or Twitter, we're at 12 Man Fan Jam Show. You can find us at TikTok for some short videos. I am going to make a compilation of the Wings Challenge because last week Dustin and I each quarter had a wing, and Dustin had the 1 million Scoville unit wing, and he survived, which was
What a
a miracle.
dummy.
Barely.
But he did survive. Our Facebook group is 12 Man Fan Jam Show, game day threads, polls, all kinds of fun stuff on there, especially the game day thread. We get on there during game day and we talk with each other. It's a lot of fun.
Was it
And
fun last week?
It was a blast.
So
week.
much fun. Yeah.
Yeah, so many koalas. What do you,
Yeah.
12manfanjamshow@gmail.com if you want to email us. And of course, you can subscribe to the Seahawk Positivity channel. Before we do all that, let's go to the first quarter in news. All right, first quarter in news. It's the 12 Man Fan Jam Show news report with our news hound, Will. Will, what you got for us?
Well, Moses, I've heard a lot of funny draft stories, but this one is a little bit different. I've yet to hear of this happening. You've heard of Chiefs rookie wide receiver Xavier Worthy, very fast, relatively slow guy, picked late in the first round. For a while, he thought he was going a lot sooner. The Colts, were picking 15th, and they took Leatu Latu, defensive end from UCLA, with that pick.
Mhm.
However, according to Worthy, when they were on the clock, the Colts called him. Quote, "I got a call at 15. It was the Colts. Hung up the phone in my face. It was a little crazy. The Colts called my phone on draft day and then hung up the phone.
Whoops.
They said, 'Hello, this is so-and-so with the Colts.' And then the call, they stopped talking and they hung up." Worthy, by the way, is positive deliberate hang-up and not a disconnection, but never know.
Well, I think it was somebody
Wrong number.
calling him. They're like, no.
Yeah, that's not the pick. That's not the pick.
That's funny. No, that's the Colts franchise in a nutshell.
I love that.
That's hilarious.
Wow.
Yeah.
That-
It's probably
one of those-
Richardson calling.
One of those scenes like in
Nice.
a movie where they sort of have to put on a fake accent. Can I have a number 16, 47, and 33, please?
Make
Yeah.
up the pillow.
I am Joe. Oh,
Hello, dear.
Oh, dear. Oh my God, that's awesome. No, I did not know that. That's pretty funny. But I imagine that happens not all the
No.
time, like where they're actually talking, but like they ring and they're like, nope, not yet. Or they get kind of antsy and they start dialing. Like, don't dial it yet.
Yep. Yeah.
That would be scary. That'd be a scary
Yeah,
job.
it's kind of a high pressure situation, really,
Mhm,
when you think about it.
It
You'd
is.
think it'd be simple, but it's not.
I've heard of stories of teams calling a pick they thought was going to be on the clock, only to find out while they're on the phone that the team ahead of them just drafted him.
Picked him.
Oh yeah.
There's a
Uh.
guy, I think he's on the Lions, who he prank calls
Yes.
the other GMs
Oh,
all
it's
the
so
time.
funny.
Oh no.
Every draft day. And the one time it rang, and the GM picked up and said, "Bob, I'm working." And hung up.
Yeah, they know when he got called
So
from them. That's not
funny.
serious. Yeah,
It was so funny. I'm working. Click.
It's one of their players does that?
No, it's like a GM from the Lions.
I don't think it's a GM, but it's someone
Oh.
on the Lions.
He
Like,
does it
front
every
office.
year, and they
Yeah.
calls them, especially just to bother them. And they're like, "It's a joke." They
They
all
said,
laugh.
one time I think it was the Vikings, and they picked up and they go, "So you got a deal for us?" And the guy pauses. He goes, "No," and he hung up. It's like, no.
But
I
they all
hadn't
know
heard
he does
that
it.
before. That's hilarious.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
good. It's funny. It was really funny. There was a montage of it from this year. The one guy just
Yeah.
picked it up. "Bob, I'm working." Click.
I have to look that up.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Yeah. Well. That's too bad. I mean, it's not too bad. I think he's in a better place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
seems to be a good fit in Kansas City. So
Yeah.
He
Well,
does.
you know.
He does.
Which is
Yeah.
to sub himself out, you know.
Yeah. What else you got for us, Will?
Well, just curious, have any of you guys ever done jury duty?
No.
Yes.
No, I'm 18.
I have not.
No.
Just turned 18.
Well, it's funny because pretty much anybody can be called for jury duty, including professional athletes,
Oh yeah, I knew.
or
Yeah.
close to it in this case. It's actually Cowboys kicker Brandon Aubrey. He was called for jury duty and actually was selected to serve on a 12-person jury beginning October 22nd.
Oh no!
Oh no.
This was the case he was in involved a domestic violence strangulation.
Jesus Christ.
Thankfully, they found the defendant guilty on one of two charges, and he's since been sentenced to 65 years in prison for felony charge of assault.
That was a murder. Wow.
Yeah, but Brandon Aubrey, while he was serving, he missed 5 days of practice or walkthroughs, and he would have to go to the team facility at night with the rest of his special teams unit and practice kicking at night. Serving on a jury during the day.
Thank God he's a kicker.
So they were basically all doing his civic service, essentially.
They were all doing it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And it wasn't like a little tiny crime. It was a big crime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was pretty crazy, actually, because I'd heard he was on jury duty. Then I read the articles like,
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Well, it's funny when he goes in there and they're like going to play like some like really good team like the Chiefs or something, or somebody who's really good special teams at blocking kicks, and be like, I don't think he's guilty. I think we need to talk about this for another couple of days. I think we need to
Now
deliberate
that's
a
the
little bit.
ultimate excuse to get out of work.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
that
is.
was a nightmare. I was there. I've done it. Been there, done it in the British courts. It's a nightmare. So you have one case where you get 12 of you all around. Everyone agrees, apart from one person who is going to spend the next 5 weeks complaining endlessly about their point of view. And you're like, everybody in this room needs to go to lunch now.
That's annoying. Yeah, I've been like summoned or whatever a couple times for it. Yeah, I got the little notice. And then the way it works here is they're like, okay, you call like on Sunday night and they'll tell you if you need to show up on Monday.
Right.
And anytime I've had it, they're like, no, you're good. You don't need to show up. I've never actually even gone to the
Thank
courthouse.
God.
I think
Thank
Mom
God.
had it a couple times.
I got summoned once
Yeah.
10 years ago, and I actually did have to show up for a couple of days. I made it through the first 3 cuts, and for a while it was looking like I was going to have to serve, but then the judge, and this was an even creepier case than the one Brandon Aubrey had. It was a former child abuser who was trying to prove that he was supposed to go to a halfway house or something.
Oh God.
But the judge eventually is like, you know what? I don't think you can be objective. Get out of here. So I was like,
No, little Mo, your mother used to say if she ever got chosen, her dad told her, who's a former policeman, so all you have to do is say, my dad's a cop and I believe everything he tells me. And you
I jury, I was juror number 12 both times.
No.
Oh,
That's
nice.
really weird. I'm number 12.
you're taking the Seahawk fan thing a little far.
Way too far.
I didn't choose
Yeah.
it. I didn't choose it. They chose it for me, and I was like, oh, I'll take it.
12 is divisible by 3. There's 3 sides to a triangle. Illuminati confirmed.
Speaking of crimes,
What?
let's end the first quarter and talk about the crime that happened last Sunday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That didn't pay.
That's the end of the first quarter, bitches!
All right, so that's the end of the first quarter. Thank you, Will, for the news as always.
How's it hanging?
Anytime, Moses.
We'll
Just hanging out.
take a break here.
Yeah.
Get ready to talk about that game about the Bills because we have to. But we also have some other things. You have caption and picture coming up. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We promise you, it's gonna be as painless as we can make it. You are watching the 12-Man Fan Jam
That's what I
Show.
tell your mom too.
Kerfuffle for everyone. We'll be right back.
You are watching the 12-Man Fan Jam Show, a Seahawk Positivity production.
I like it.
It's the second quarter.
Welcome to the second quarter of episode 1212, your Rams edition of your 12-Man Fan Jam Show. But first, we have to talk about that game last week with Bills. Before
Why?
we do, I don't know. But we'll be quick and painless. We're also doing a caption that picture at the end of this after we do our prediction challenge scores. Before we do that, though, I want to share something I shared with you guys yesterday. Was Halloween. And we record on the Friday, so Thursday was Halloween. And I decided to stop by Wendy's on the way home. This is Halloween, mind you. And I always get a bacon cheeseburger with no mayo because if you watch the show at all, you know what mayo does to me. And so no mayo whatsoever. I didn't say no mayo. I said, bacon, number 2, bacon and cheese only, please. I haven't said please.
Oh.
So we get home and I open it up and here's the picture. You see as Dustin said, did you say hold the mayo or all the mayo? I mean, when I show people this picture, they're
That's
like,
half a jar on
that's too much mayo for people who like mayo.
It was overflowing.
It's
A lot of
disgusting.
mayo.
And that was my on Halloween. That happened to me. That was my horror story. So
Looks very disturbing.
I haven't seen that much mayo between 2 buns.
Okay.
Since, well, actually,
All right, all right.
I know. I was gonna say somebody cream pied his sandwich. It looked like.
And demonetized.
you haven't seen that between 2 buns since the Department of Corrections, 2004.
Hey Matt, I'm sure Aaron Rodgers would have loved that.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Again, mate, you just voted. You can go to prison now. Allegedly.
We are 12 years old.
Aaron Rodgers.
Something that kind of resembled that was what happened to the Seahawks last week against the Bills.
What?
31-10.
Man, this joke went downhill so fast.
In a game that just really had no hope. It was 14-3 and we were driving. We had just gotten a turnover, I believe. And it was 14-3 and we were down in there and then it just there's a stumble, there's a fumble, and it's just
it started getting kind of funny, actually.
It was just it never picked up from there. Let's make this brief because no one wants to talk about this game. But here's what I'm gonna ask you guys. One thing, just one, Dustin, one thing that you need to see change on this team, Dustin. One thing, and there's so many, but
We're gonna talk. We're good. We're doing this. All right.
yeah, just one thing because obviously, look, they lost 31-10. We don't need to go over that.
All right.
I mean, it was, it was really 31-10. Nothing redeeming from that game, in my opinion.
Michael Dixon was good.
Dixon was amazing, but
I would say the number one issue, and I think everybody's probably going to be of the same opinion. Number one issue has got to be fixed. That run defense. It is ridiculously bad, and they have some talent. They have some guys. I don't understand what's going on, but that needs fixed 100%.
And now we're mostly healthy too.
Yeah. Well, run defense, I agree, continues to be a problem. Matt, what's something you would change?
I'll go with something a little different. I think there should be a bit more practice with wet balls. Just the ability to hold all over the bloody shop with this. I have no idea why all of a sudden Seattle has a struggle in controlling wet balls.
Death, taxes, and winning in Seattle.
And the guy that was there before used to practice a lot with drench, like he would have them drench the balls.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know whether they weren't prepared for it. I don't know whether they're practicing properly with it. But to me, that was a wet weather game, and the weather played against us as well. I mean, we couldn't get a break anywhere.
No.
Yeah, it was one of those things that reminded me. I didn't say it on the game thread or whatever because I was annoyed, so I was trying to not say things on there because I was getting pretty pissed off. So, but at one point,
Dustin would say stuff like, "Oh, that's fun."
Yeah. At one point, I was reminded of Tony Stark and the Hulk in Avengers: Infinity War when the Hulk is trying to change and Hulk up, and he just looks over and he's like, "Dude, you're embarrassing me in front of the Wizards." I was like, "This is Tom Brady's first game announcing in Seattle."
Right.
I was like, it's like you're embarrassing us in front of Tom Brady.
Yeah. Can we give him some credit real quick? I thought he did a great job. He did a good job.
Yeah.
He's going to be very good at this.
Actually, he was good.
And he really wanted. I could just feel like he wanted to say something positive. He wanted to say something positive, but he also didn't mince words. When they did something stupid, he said they did something stupid. And I like that.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
I appreciate that. But I could tell he's like, dang God, I want to say something nice. Because it sounds like I'm crapping on him. But
that little fight that happened in the he knows about that. I mean, but against each other. He knows. I mean, sometimes we saw him yelling at his offensive coordinator.
Oh my God, yes.
Or yelling at his wide receivers. I mean, he knows. And so it was actually good to have him announcing doing that because it's like, that's going to happen all the time.
I agree. Mo, what's something you would change?
No. So who I'm a fan of?
Huh?
Ooh.
No, just kidding. Die Hard, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
The center.
Okay.
He can't snap the ball. All of a sudden, I don't care who you are. You can't. You can't. I know. Matt talked about it, but that was. I mean, come on.
Well,
And
I mean,
like,
he did follow it up by stepping on the quarterback, so that's
oh
cool.
yeah.
Tripping him, stepping on him, pushing
Was
him.
that
kicking
him or was that Brad?
That was Bradford.
No,
Like-
I thought it was Bradford. It was
Or
the
the
center
center.
who did it.
Mhm.
But I can blame it on Bradford. I'm okay with that. But just the fact that we got that interception and it went down like the 3-yard line or whatever after the interception, we got no points out of that, didn't we?
You got nothing.
Like that's
Yeah.
Nah, that hurt it. Will, one thing you changed?
Assignment focus. I mean, every game, every loss, they're talking about how, we're not communicating, guys are in the wrong spot. You look at the game film and everybody's taking the wrong run fits or blocking the wrong guy. Just what the hell? Do your job. Quit freelancing, quit goofing off. Just do what you're supposed to do on every play. If we go toe to toe with a team like Buffalo and come up short because they're better, fine. But if we're screwing up and letting all these huge plays go by and stepping on Geno's foot when he's trying to do something on 4th and goal and all the other stupid stuff we've been doing, that's just embarrassing. You know what? Sack up, stop talking and start doing. Do your damn job.
And that's something that people forget about that great defense, the Legion of Boom era. We talked about how simple it was and they just executed. But the reason they executed is that they knew the other 10 guys around them were doing their job. I don't have to worry about, Richard didn't have to worry about what Cam was doing or no, I'm going to do my job. I know they're doing their job. And that team was that way because they executed that way because they only had to worry about what they were doing, their assignment, and then worry about everybody else.
And they self-policed it. That makes a huge difference. The coach can tell you all day long what you're supposed to do. If you're not out there executing and your teammates aren't holding you accountable, you're not going to really change.
You know what
much.
it comes back to? There's no leader on defense. And we keep talking about.
I'm glad you both said that because the thing I want to change is that very thing, leadership. We've got to have someone on both sides of the ball stand up as a leader. It doesn't have to be Geno, but it has to be somebody. And Geno doesn't have to be Russell.
But it isn't going to be Geno, is it? Because Geno doesn't do.
No.
Geno does. I'm going to sit down and pout after every interception. I'm going to sit down and take a moment.
That pissed me off more than the actual interception.
Me too.
Yeah.
Sidelines.
He's got a little Cam Newton in him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's not good. And same on defense. Who's our leader on defense? Who's our leader on offense? I remember the Rams, ironically, we were playing the Rams and the guy was the water boy. The water boy. He got to be on the Seahawks side. And he said there was no doubt, and this was back in the Legion of Boom days. He said, I came away with a lot of funny things. First off, he came up with a love affair with Sherman because Sherman was really nice to him. But he said another thing I learned about the Seahawks is at that time, in that backfield, Earl Thomas was the leader. He said when they came off the field and Earl talked, they all shut up and listened because Earl was the leader. And he told them if he's talking, everyone listened.
And
that's
I do want to bring something up. That little fight that happened before the half. Afterwards, you can see Jerron Reed talking to Dale Call. And Dale Call sitting there listening and nodding and not saying anything back, just listening. Yeah. That
emotions,
shows leadership, at least there.
And at least th're angry. Yeah. They didn't care.
Because that was stupid. Let's not act like what Dale Call. Let's not act like what Dale Call didn't do wasn't stupid.
Yeah, it was. But they cared. They cared enough to get angry about it. DK Metcalf a couple weeks ago saying, can you throw it past the sticks, please? Being mad about it. Get mad about it. I want to see that. I don't want to see this sulking. I don't want to see this, the Cam Newton thing where you're just or me. No, get up and get that D offense and look in their eyes and say, we're going back on the field and we're going to score on the next drive to take up for this. We're going to do this. That's what we need. We need a motivator and a leadership. We have no leadership on either side right now. Because if we did, we would see a lot more means on the sidelines. We don't see any. We see a lot of self-doubt.
Well, he says the right thing, Geno. He says the right things and makes good points and whatnot in the press conferences, before and after the games. But it doesn't, on the field, it doesn't look like he does the same thing. Like afterwards, he'll be like, he said something a couple weeks ago about somebody ran a wrong route or something and it caused an interception. Something weird happened like that. And he was the one taking blame for it. He's like, well, that's on me. You know, we need to spend more. We need to practice that more. We need to communicate that better. He's like, I need to make sure that I recognize what's happening. He's like, he's going to make that play more times than not. Didn't happen that time. We collectively need to be better at this. It's not on him, you know. And it's like, yeah. That's leadership. That's the right thing to say.
Say that during the game, not in the front of a press.
Yeah, find a way to work that quality into the game on the sidelines.
It's the energy around the benches that just annoys me a little bit.
Me too.
It feels dead. It's all of them sitting there, just with their heads down,
absolutely,
or whatever. It's like, guys, get a huddle together.
There's no leadership, Matt.
Yep, none at all.
Yeah. That's one thing Russell Wilson was really good at, was going up and down the bench and talking to people, and he was corny as shit.
Hey, he's balling right now for the Steelers.
Yeah, but you
on his name.
But you believed that he believed they were going to get it done and win.
Well, so even like someone may not have wanted to grab a beer with Russell after the game, but when he talked, you listened because you knew that the guy knew what he was talking.
Even like Peyton Manning, who was a people pleaser, who would say the good things into the media, but then he also get the face of his offensive lineman. Stuff like that.
I saw Dan Marino. I saw Dan Marino one time. I'll never forget it. He threw a ball and somebody dropped it, and you could read his lips. He said, "Hey, I can't catch him too."
Yeah.
And I thought, good for you. You know what? That's all right.
Then he said, "It's not Snowflake. It's not Snowflake."
Laces out. All right.
Well, Brett Favre, the first time. I remember he was the first quarterback or player I liked outside of the Seahawks. And the reason why was it wasn't necessarily that, but it was the way he reacted when a defensive lineman hit him low, kind of legally low.
Mm-hmm.
And he got up as a quarterback and grabbed the big ass dude by the face mask, pulled him right over to him, got right in his face, and started yelling at him.
Well, shit, who's the guy that went after John? Who's the guy that was with John Randall after the hit? He got ejected. Who that was, but
I forget that was, but
with the face of prime John Randall.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, is there anything that we really want to talk about this
was the first game as a Seahawks fan I've really been watching since 2015, like truly like watching, like caring. This was the first. Yeah, I'm 18, so I was 10, give or take. First game I turned off.
Oh wow! Can't say I've done that, but yeah.
And I was. Can I just add that I'm worried about our home stadium no longer really being a place where anybody.
That is a huge concern.
Going there, that seems a bit strange to me. I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, but Buffalo fans are kind of insane. So,
well, it's not just them.
It's not been just Buffalo.
No,
well, the Rams don't have any fans, so that should be a little.
Yeah, they got celebrities.
I think you're going to be surprised.
I know.
I really do.
But on the bright side, we go down to LA in a few weeks, and that will be nothing but Seahawk fans. So it'll
exactly. So it'll matter.
Or celebrities.
So let's do ourselves a favor here. Let's put that game to rest, and we do that by looking at the Posse Prediction Challenge. '24 Posse Prediction Challenge. Not fun to watch. I gave myself the score. I don't know why.
Wow.
Well, 31 points. Yeah, I know.
Somebody had to get it.
Yeah.
True.
Will and Jose both got their prognostications. No game balls, of course. And over and under was under. Wow. So Dustin, Andy, and Mike, which means the scores look like this.
Oof.
Jose, Mike, Andy, Dustin, Will, and myself all points. It didn't change a whole lot.
I roll
even then.
But the all over means Andy and Maddie and I and Mark are all tied at third place. Andy's at 12. Will still leading the way at 14.
I'm carrying the team.
Chris, Jimmy, Jose, Dustin. Jose's moving up. Jose was way at the bottom, but now he's moving up. Followed by Dustin, Mike, Little Mo, and Carrie, meaning going into this week's game, the overall score is 63-59. We're hanging on to that 4-point lead. Barely.
Stop the count.
Barely.
Close.
Barely hanging on to that 4-point lead. But before we do anything else, we do want to end this with that fight, and we want to do a caption that picture.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
What is going on here?
Yes, caption that picture. I decided since this game was so offensive that we would have some fun with, this fight between Jerron Reed and Hall. Sorry. And I thought this was kind of a good picture that we could kind of have some fun with, maybe. I don't know. Will, what did you come up with this picture?
Well, being old as dirt, I have to reach back to one of the highlights of my TV viewing years. Tastes great, less filling.
Yes!
Miller Lite.
Nice. This is one I came up with. It's real simple. If it says read on the Tupperware, it's my lunch. Matt, what do you got?
Do that.
I've just got Hall saying to read. You got a little smooch. You got a little smooch of dirt just on the side of your helmet. There. Let me just get that off for you.
Let me get that
off for you.
I'll bet.
Yeah.
Will, what you got?
I wanted to be the ballerina for Halloween, but I already rented the costume. You son of a bitch!
Wow.
Nice. Oh no. Okay, mine. Why didn't you tell me Joker 2 was a musical?
Yeah.
Matt?
I'm just Hall saying that's not how you do a face mask penalty. Let me show you how you do a face mask penalty in this game.
Yeah.
Pull. Will.
Dustin welcomes Little Mo to town.
Nice.
You win the internet. And finally, you said you were going to record The View for me.
View. From all the shows you could choose.
So, with that being said, let's get to halftime.
Holy shit, it's halftime!
All right, let's get rid of this Bills game. It's gone. It's over. Get through. Now it's all about the Rams and the game that's coming up this Sunday between your Seahawks and the Rams. So before we do that, it's time to play America's favorite Seahawk-themed trivia game on the internet. 12-man fan jam show halftime trivia.
Of the world.
Of the world. And that's coming up right after this. Don't you go change it.
You are watching the 12-Man Fan Jam Show, a Seahawk Positivity production.
I love it, I love it, I love it!
Yes, now it's time for America's favorite Seahawk-themed trivia game on the internet. 12-man fan jam show halftime trivia
of the world.
The trivia show that challenges both the posse and the listeners and watchers of this program. If you're watching, the questions will come up as the posse is participating. Please play along and let us know how you did. The contestants are, of course, Matt, Little Mo, Dustin, and Will, and here are the rules. There are 2 rounds of questions. Each gets 1 question per round. Once during the first 2 rounds, you can take 1 wrong answer away. And if you get it right, you get a point. Then after that, there'll be an overtime or a final question, which is usually a number. And I think it's a number this time too. And high-low, the closest without going over will get 2 points. If everyone's over, whoever's the closest will get 2 points. And if there's a tie after that, we go to a double secret probation overtime where the winner will be crowned 12-man fan jam show halftime trivia champion of the world. So, topic is the Rams and Seahawks. And Dustin, 1, 2, 3, or 4?
1.
1. Matt, 2, 3, 4?
2, please.
Little Mo?
Broncos country.
That's right.
That's right.
And Will, you get 4. All right.
I appreciate that you knew what I was talking about.
Yeah. Appreciate you. Here we go. Question 1. For Dustin, what was the first season the Rams played in St. Louis? The first season they played in St. Louis, was it 94, 95, or 96?
Say 95.
You're going to say 95.
I did indeed.
You're right. Woo-hoo. Dustin.
He's cheating.
He's our man. If he can't do it, get somebody else.
Great.
Matt.
Guys, why are you guys not saying Ram it yet?
Oh, we're getting there.
It's a good point.
It's coming.
Oh, we're going to ram it later.
You can't rush these things.
All right. Question 2 goes to Matt. How many games did the Seahawks play the Los Angeles Rams before they moved to St. Louis? 5, 6, or 8?
Know that?
That would be
it's not an answer.
Oh dear. 5.
5. Oh dear. Oh dear. Yes! Matt.
You knew that, Matt.
You knew that. Little Mo.
Did not.
Yeah.
They played 5 games against the Rams before they moved to St. Louis. How many games did the
yes.
Seahawks win against the Los Angeles Rams before they moved to St. Louis? 1, 2, or 3?
Well, so it's in the early 90s and late 80s. So
No. It's way back before that.
okay, well,
70s and 80s. Yeah.
Okay, so we were trash. So I'm gonna go with 2.
2. No, I'm sorry. It was just one time they beat them.
Son of a
1991. One time. And Will.
One time.
That game in 1991 where we beat the Rams, or the Seahawks beat the Los Angeles Rams in 91. How many
Glorious
turnovers?
day.
How many turnovers did both teams have in that game? 1, 2, or 3? They both had the same amount of turnovers. Was it 1, 2, or 3?
one each, 2 each, or 3 each.
Exactly.
Take one away.
I'm going to take away 1. They either had 2 or 3.
I'll say 3.
Let's say 3. Yes. Wow.
I'm so good at this game.
Let's recap. Dustin's got a point. Matt's got a point. Will's got a point. Little Mo has no point, but that's okay, Little Mo.
Oh.
I'm going to bed.
Another. All right, Dustin. 5, 6, 7, 8.
5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah.
6.
1 singular sensation. I'm sorry, what number?
6.
6.
Say it one more time.
6.
Oh.
Was that like a Beetlejuice thing?
Matt.
6, 6, 6, 6, 6.
Matt, 5, 7, 8.
Who do we appreciate? Let's go
Me.
with 7.
Will, 5 or 8?
5.
Why would you do that to me?
Little Mo's last question.
I don't want 8.
Will. This is going to St. Louis now. The Seahawks beat the Rams in St. Louis the first time they beat them. How many interceptions did Warren Moon throw in that game? 1, 2, or 3?
I'll say 2.
Say 2, please. Yes. It's on fire. Dustin.
Yeah.
The Rams played their first game back in Los Angeles area when they came back in 95. I think we decided, right? It was they played a preseason opener against what team? Was it the Cowboys, the Broncos, or the Raiders? Their first opponent in Los Angeles after moving back.
Say the Raiders.
All right. Now it's Cowboys.
Oh, okay.
Maddie. Last time the Seahawks beat the Rams in St. Louis was in 2013. How many times was Russell Wilson sacked in that game? And we won, by the way. 5, 6, or 7.
Low scoring game.
In like 14 to 7 or 13 to 9.
14 to 9, I think, or 17 to 9, something like that.
Take one away, please.
It's either 5 or 7.
Jesus.
7.
No hesitation.
He's right.
Yes.
There you go.
I used to say there was no such thing as an ugly win. That game made me change my mind.
Yeah, that and those Panther games were like 8 to 12 or something stupid.
Oh, there were so
13 to 9, I think was one of them.
Oh my God. Little Mo, the first time the Seahawks beat the Rams when they returned to Los Angeles was 2017.
Oh, yes.
How many turnovers did the Rams have in that game? 5, 6, or 7? How many turnovers for the Rams in that game? 5, 6, or 7?
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Take one away, pass it around.
5 or 7?
7.
No, it's 5.
I hate John Noon.
All right, so here's the scores. Matt and Will have 2. Dustin has 1. Lil Mo has 0, but guess what? Don't worry, Lil Mo. You know why?
I'm going to bed.
Because time for fun question.
Can't lose if I'm not here.
All right. Final question worth 2 points. The order will go Little Mo, Dustin, Matt, and Will. It is a high-low, gentlemen.
27.
Has to do with the last time we played the Rams, which was November 19th, 2023, almost a year ago to this very fateful game we're about to play. The question has to do with how many passing yards did Geno Smith throw in that game? Passing yards for Geno Smith the last time we played the Rams. I don't think we won, but I don't remember. November 19th, 2023.
No recollection of that game at all.
Then this will be
I
a fun.
couldn't tell you a damn thing about that game.
Set the table, Little Mo. Set the table.
Sure you can. You can tell us Geno Smith played quarterback that game. See?
Wait, how many passing yards?
How many passing yards?
And this was last year.
2023, November 19th.
Chronologically, yes.
At LA.
I have no idea. I had 269, baby.
269.
Excellent! Woo!
The table's been set, Dustin. 269.
308.
308. Matt, 269, 308.
269 did you say?
Mm-hmm.
Don't do it.
270.
269, 270, 308, Will.
You know, the final question is always a number. One of these days it needs to be a letter.
Yeah, that'd be good.
It does, doesn't it?
I think so.
That'd be good.
Anybody know what the score of the game was?
No.
So what are the selections?
269, 270, 308.
I'll go 1.
1 yard.
1 yard.
1 yard. The amount of yards that Geno threw last year against the Rams last time they played. 233. Very impressive table set by Little Mo, but Will, you are our 12-man fan jam show halftime trivia champion of the world. Congratulations.
Well done. Good job.
Sure.
Well done.
Man.
Good job, everybody. And Little Mo, you set a great table, but just wasn't enough. And Will did not have to come from behind. Will didn't have to come from behind and beat everyone, which is always good for the show.
Whoa.
And with that being
You into that
said,
stuff?
welcome to another head-scratching,
Cream pie.
turning, lip-smacking, nose-sniffing,
Mayonnaise.
69ing.
people-tasting edition
Octopus osteoporosis.
Octopus osteoporosis.
Osteoporosis
I don't
edition
think they can have osteoporosis. They don't have bones, man.
of your
No bones.
What are you? What are you, an archaeologist?
I'm so proud of my son right now. You have no idea. Well, while we go get him an education, this has been your 12-man Fran Jam show. Halftime trivia.
Vote for me.
Above the world.
Of the world, please, of the world. We'll be back in the second half, and Little Mo will drink some smart water. We'll be back after all this.
You are watching the 12-Man Fan Jam Show, a Seahawk Positivity production.
If there's a better use for the internet, I haven't found it.
Holy shit, it's the third quarter!
Yes, welcome to the second half of episode 1212, the Rams edition, as the Seahawks get ready to take on the Los Angeles Rams at 4:05. Is that right, everybody? Is it 4:05, 4:25? We don't know.
Where I live.
Is it 4:05? No, it's 1:05 where you are.
Mm-hmm.
And Matt, it is
9:05.
Ram it.
Is this the Trump dance, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you know how to ram it?
Matt,
We're
if you
gonna
don't
ram
stop
it
right
today.
now,
Ram it, LA. They can all ram it. But before we do that, Seahawks are 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock. They are 2-point underdogs.
2 cocks? Wait, what?
I think that's what he said. Yeah.
So let's talk about that game. And we do that by first looking at the injury report with our doctor, Dr. Dustin. Dr. Dustin, tell us the news.
All right. So we're going to start out with the Rams here. They got 3 people out for sure.
Good.
And 4 questionable. The players that we know are out. Nose tackle, Neville Gallimore, who's got a shoulder injury. Ethan Evans has an illness. He's their punter. So it's kind of interesting. We'll see how that goes. And then, one of their offensive linemen, Joe Noteboom, has an ankle injury, and he's going to be missing the game.
Joe what?
Noteboom.
Joe Legion of Noteboom.
Mm-hmm.
We bring the boom.
Good old Joe Noteboom.
I bet he can ram it. Go ahead.
And then questionable players, safety Cam Curl has a knee injury. Wide receiver Jordan Winnington has a shoulder injury. Cornerback Charles Woods has a toe injury. And then wide receiver, this is kind of a big one, Puka Nakua. He hurt his knee in practice this week. Again. But I don't know. The way McVay was talking, it sounds like he thinks that Puka is going to actually play. But we'll see what happens. Yeah, he's questionable for the game.
They'll have to take a peek at Puka before they decide.
Yeah, Puka Nakua. Yep. And then for the Seahawks, we have 4 players out. As everybody probably expected, Abraham Lucas, tackle. He's not ready to play yet. Maybe we'll see him after the bye week. I don't know. Noah Fant had a groin injury in practice on Wednesday, I think. So,
his groin. Hold it right off.
Yep. And that seems like it's going to be a little bit of a longer injury. They don't. They said they're not going to put him on IR, but sounds like they're not really expecting him back after the bye week either. So we'll see what happens there. Yeah. Cameron Young, he's nose tackle. You may have recognized him in his cameo for the Seahawks in his one game this season. He's got a knee injury he's dealing with.
He's like a red shirt on Star Trek. It's like, he ain't gonna make it.
Right? Yeah, he's not gonna be there. And then kind of the surprising one to me and disappointing is DK Metcalf. They ruled him out.
Yeah.
Last week they said he was close to playing.
Right.
And I don't know what happened, what changed, but apparently he's not going to play this week, and then they'll have the bye, and then I don't know, maybe they're just resting him up to get him to 100%, which
maybe
I don't understand with it being a division rival, and we're already kind of hurting record-wise.
Well, I heard that Tanya Harding was in the neighborhood with a pipe, but I don't know.
I think she's down in Oregon, so it's not too far away.
See? It's funny you talked about the Rams real quick. Puka Nakua. And then you had
Hakuna Matata.
What was Cam Curl?
Wonderful phrase.
Cam Curl, yeah.
Cam Curl.
Yeah.
Those both sound like characters from like a Barbie movie or something, doesn't it? Barbie met her friend Cam Curl and Puka Nakua.
They're just Ken.
Yeah, there's Ken. All right. Sorry, Dustin. Are we maybe proceed?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, that was it.
Thank you for the wonderful.
No one's questionable.
Sad and depressing. We're all questionable.
Oh, wait. Yep, Lomo's right. I got sidetracked. There we do have a player that's questionable.
We have several, actually, but how about from an injury standpoint?
That's fair. I almost forgot. Ernest Jones. Just got him.
Oh. Hey, my man.
Yeah, he was fine. He was practicing earlier in the week, but I guess his neck stiffened up, so he's questionable now.
Just put a neck pad on him. He'll be fine.
Yeah.
All right.
Brian Bosworth.
Baker may have left one when he left, so.
He may
have. Yeah.
He may have. All right. Well, thank you, Dustin, for that informative and somewhat sad injury report.
Yeah.
We now go to across the ocean to talk about the weather and fashion with someone from Merry Old England. It's Matt across the pond with Matt from Merry Old England. It's the 12-Man Fan Jam Show weather and fashion report with Matt. Oh, Matt.
Matt Ho? Is that what you said?
Did not.
Hello.
Omat, not Omat.
First time anyone's called me that. Yes, thank you, Moses. So we get to welcome the Rams to Lumen Field this week, and I'll be honest with you, after I checked the weather on NFL.com, I couldn't think of a single way to jazz up this week's forecast. I even thought about ringing my good friend Earl. Remember Earl?
Oh, I remember Earl, yeah.
Yeah, well, apparently he didn't have time to take my call this week because he's busy making influencer videos supporting one of the presidential campaigns. I don't know which one. And then after that, he's got to go and vote for the 5th time, so he wasn't available at all. But it's the thing. I mean, apparently, it's the fall, and it's Seattle, so it's raining.
No.
What?
It's going to rain. The temperatures are going to reach about 54 degrees doodah for the entire game, and the winds will be light from the northwest, which will help the kicking game. But if it's going to rain, they're going to step out of their hands anyway, so it's just a bit of a complete disaster from start to finish. Awful weather. Now, what to wear for this game? Well, I don't know whether you know, but there is an election on at the moment in the United States of America. And, just to say, as someone who comes from merry old England, I don't really have any dog in this race, to be fairly honest. But
Be eaten.
God, it's fun to watch. So, to be entirely impartial over here, let me give you a couple of ideas of what you could go wearing this game to show your support. Now, again, completely impartial, so I'm going to do both of them. So, at the end of the day, you pick whichever one you like. If you are a Trump supporter, apparently this season, garbage collector orange high visibility vests are in vogue this season. Apparently, not only do they make you look thinner, but given the right color spray tan and good wind direction, you too could also look like an Oompa Loompa from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Nice.
Remember, though, to bring an optional garbage truck with you to the stadium so you can drive it painfully slow around in circles, around the tailgate probably, while simultaneously struggling to open the door, or indeed put any garbage in the damn thing. That's the thing you could do. Now, or if for Harris supporters out there, of course, you could dress up in a 1970s McDonald's outfit. Just remember to ensure that there's absolutely no evidence of you whatsoever ever turning up to watch the game. But other option, and there's optional extra on that one as well. Obviously, for more authenticity, do remember to look entirely out of your depth anytime anyone asks you for an order or a question or anything at all, and then just fumble around for some pre-written response to every question you're given. But now for me, now if I was going to this game, there really is only one look for me. That's right. I would go as His Majesty King George III, the last true king of America, complete with stylish powdered wig, well-fitted breeches, wonderful stockings, and a replica of the £5 solid gold St. Edward's crown on my head. Because if there's one thing that your presidential election does every 4 years, is to remind us over here how lucky we are that we have a monarchy and don't have to have all of this nonsense for absolute months.
You're on your own.
You'll be back. Whatever you choose to wear, just remember to throw a Hawks jersey over there, and you are good to go. With all that being said, it looks like it's going to be shitty Seahawks weather. So back over to you.
Fantastic.
That sums it up.
Yeah. And as King George would say, Harris or Trump, good luck.
Good luck.
All right. Yeah. So thank you, Matt, for a very interesting weather report. Almost as good as the injury report. Both of them were quite. There were some things there.
There were some things in there.
Let's see if Matt can. Let's see if Statsman Mark can change that with this week's Bricks Picks. All right, Bricks Picks.
That's quick.
Bricks Picks. This week he is 13-11 overall. Not bad. Not bad. Going into this week, he likes the following. He likes the Patriots at +3.5 at Tennessee against the Titans.
Oh my, that's a toilet bowl. Oh my lord.
I know. Patriots Titans. That should be playing in England. Seems like they get those games, right? This is an England game.
Get those games. We get those games.
Yeah, we just what do they call that? They
dome over there.
When they go to Sunday night, flex them. We just flexed you to England.
We flex them over there, yeah.
Well, just because Jacksonville plays there all the time, so it's down to be
okay,
shitty either way.
We can flex them over to Germany after that as well.
So. He also likes the LA Chargers, and yes, he did say LA Chargers. -1.5 on the road in Cleveland, which, you know, when you're on the road to Cleveland, that's a rough week, no matter how you slice it. And he likes the home underdog or home favorite Falcons -3 against those Cowboys that don't seem to be doing much of what them Cowboys are supposed to be doing. So,
they're doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, Patriots +3.5 at Titans, Chargers -1.5 at Browns, and Cowboys, Falcons. He likes the Falcons -3 at home against the Cowboys, and that is Brick's picks. And now, let's go to church. Yes, it is I, the Reverend Moses of the St. Paul Allen Church, Seahawk Positivity. How's everyone this evening?
Good.
Thank you, Reverend. You might need a little brush and a comb at some point.
Well, I put my hair up with the humidity, but I said no. I'm going to sit down.
He whips his hair back and forth.
It looks like you teased your hair and you ended up pissing it off. Is what it looks like. Steal a joke.
It's mad. It's mad because this team is maddening. That's exactly right. We have indeed faced some trials and tribulations this season, and not just my hair, but we all have. My church organist, Cleolanda, you remember Cleolanda? She was doing real well last time I reported, but now she's had a rather violent crash back down to earth after that Bills game. In fact, she actually took a half-empty bottle of vodka and smashed the church TV halfway through the fourth quarter. Now, how are my kids going to watch VeggieTales on Sunday during services? That's what I'd like to know.
I don't know how she waited until halfway through the fourth quarter.
Yeah, even now. Even now, she's threatening to find the head of the Bills Mafia and make him an offer he can't refuse. I don't even want to know what that is, but I digress. Friends, I do feel like getting a little church up in here. Friends, it's always difficult to stay focused when the road to promised land is clogged with so much disappointment, but we still must move forward. As we move forward, we need to stay focused on the many deeds that lay ahead. And as we stay focused in the warm glow that is Seahawk positivity, it shall lead the way. Reading from the book of the 2024 NFL season, chapter 9, verses 7 to 14. There's no time to wallow in the pain and self-pity, for approaching from the land of stars come the lambs. They shall come to us, but those lambs shall be laid down to rest and slaughter, for we shall defeat them in the name of Seahawk positivity, and there shall be much rejoicing. Friends, do you still believe in the power of Seahawk positivity? Believe? Let's hear an amen nice and loud.
Amen.
Amen.
No.
All right. We'll save you, Little Mo. Little Mo, we'll save you later, my friend.
I don't believe it.
The rest of you, if you believe in the power to give our defense the ability to make Matthew Stafford beg for mercy, let's hear an amen nice and loud.
Amen.
Yes. And if you believe the power for our offense, the ability to score more than Coach Sean McVay at a CILF convention, a kill convention, Coach, I would like to, and you can finish the rest of that. Let's hear an amen nice and loud.
I would like to be in.
So want to be in on that.
It's mostly, it's a very small club. We are loud and proud, my friends. The Rams are so bad they have to share a stadium with the Chargers. That's like sharing an apartment with weird Uncle Steve, right? Rams, you know, Rams fans, by the way, really ain't much to see, and there really ain't much to see on that team. Not much at all. This has been your self-appointed Reverend Moses of the St. Paul Allen Church, Seahawk positivity, saying, go forth, my brethren, and spread the good word of Seahawk positivity. Praise Large, and praise Cortez, praise Walter Jones, praise Kenny Eastley. We got a special prayer for you, Little Mo. We'll be praying for you extra hard Sunday. Until then, it's Go Hawks, and coming up next, your prognostications, game balls, and predictions for that game between your Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams. And that's coming up right after this.
You are watching the 12-Man Fan Jam Show, a Seahawk Positivity production.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
It's the fourth quarter, bitches!
Welcome to the fourth and final quarter of episode 1212, the Rams edition of your 12-Man Fan Jam Show. We hope you had some fun. I know the Bills game was just horrible and painful. We're looking forward to the Rams game and a good win for the Seahawks. Get back on the trail for winning. We hope for sure, and they are 4-4. I mean, it's not far from over. But this week again, Sunday, Seahawks 4:25 on the East Coast, 1:25 on the West, and Matt and Mary, Old England.
9:25 p.m.
9:25 p.m. Seahawks are 2-point underdogs at home. But first, before we go into our scores and our predictions and whatnot, let's go to what we usually do in the fourth quarter, which is first, I eat some pizza. Yes, Moses Pizza of the week. I took some lamb chops. You remember lamb chops last year, and they were kind of there. They weren't wonderful, but they weren't. And I made lamb chop pizza. So I cooked some lamb chops, and then I put, cheese and pizza sauce and whatnot. And so
we're American. What we do?
Yeah, it's St. Louis, or it's Los Angeles lamb chop pizza. Here we go.
Might not be bad. You gotta try a lamb burger. I probably mentioned this last year too.
Oh,
you gotta try a lamb burger, man. That was so good.
Yeah, good stuff.
Chewy.
He likes it. He really likes it.
He likes it.
Hey, Mikey.
It's like you see the pizza, and you see meat on the pizza, so you get excited because
Whoa!
meat
Whoa! We don't need to know that.
and you think, oh, it's like a meat lover's pizza or something, and then you chew into it, you're like, well, that's kind of disappointing.
I love meat in my mouth.
Oh.
The aftertaste.
If I had $1.
So,
I do have a question. How was the wing pizza last week? Right?
Well, it was delicious. It was delicious. Yeah. I tell you what, they weren't terrible though. I'm not vomiting.
That's true.
I'm going to put it at I will put about 7 out of 10 on this one.
Hey, let's not forget. Yeah, let's not forget we versed a coach named Mayo, and he didn't.
There's a clue when you look at all the pizza joints in the world, and not one of them has lamb chop pizza. There's a reason. All right.
Yeah, based on your face when you took the bite, I didn't think it'd be a 7.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's just kind
of food.
Yeah, food.
I like food. Food's good.
Pizza sauce is good. The bread sauce
in my mouth.
Automatically a 6.
All right, so
yeah,
that's this week's pizza. But now we also have the Mountain Challenge from Little Mo. All right, the Madden Challenge from Little Mo. Each week he plays the Madden version of this game on his Xbox.
I don't play it.
He simulates it.
He simulates it. He does not play it.
His life.
Like the rest of his life, he just sits back and lets it happen. So, Little Mo, how did the game go that you watched and did nothing about? Much like your life. Love you, son.
Hey guys,
that's
how's
my
it
boy.
going?
That's my boy. God, I love that kid.
Just so you know, if I played, I would like 6-0 because I'm the best player in the game.
He told me before we went to break I took my Moses stuff off and I didn't have a hat on. He said, "You look like a thumb." So,
Yeah.
And I said,
you guys were commenting on my sex
and
life.
I said he looks like a sack of. Anyway, your Madden challenge, please.
We were Little Mo, and I have to say it was a very short conversation. So let's just.
Got him again.
Shots fired.
Why am I getting bullied?
Oh. Okay. Go ahead,
Okay,
Lomo.
so this was a very snot knocker of a game. I can tell you
Snot
that.
knocker.
The Rams got a 3-yard touchdown to Blake Corum, as all you Washington fans are big fans of, I'm sure. Blake Corum, Michigan.
Absolutely.
Yes. 7-0 Rams at halftime. That was the score at halftime. That's all that happened. Nothing else happened with the
That
game.
sounds like this game.
Oh no.
Yikes.
Then Jason Myers got a 54-yard field goal. Yes, 4 yards. Yeah, get it out. 7-3. Rams still leading. Rams got a 35-yard field goal, makes it 10-3 in the fourth quarter. Rams got another field goal, make it 13-3. The final score was 13-3 Rams.
Holy shit.
Wow.
2 weeks in a row where we're going to have 3 points.
That is.
I'm not
we had
watching
10.
that.
Absolutely
we had
scary.
10.
Oh, we had. Did we have 10?
Yeah, but
I guess there were so many I lost count.
We had 10. But that, oh my gosh, Lomo,
Oh,
that's a nightmare. But
yeah.
Any stats you want to share? Are there any stats from that?
I mean, Gino 13 for 22 for 122 yards and a touchdown.
Well, if he's only third, if we only
he didn't have a touchdown.
22 times, we must have run it a little more.
Oh yeah, he didn't have a touchdown.
No, he didn't have a touchdown.
I can't
was gonna say.
Oh no, we scored a touchdown apparently at the end of the game. Oh yeah, with 118 yards, we scored a touchdown. How about that?
13-10.
Yeah, 13-10. My bad.
Oh, that's so much better.
It was a garbage time touchdown.
So, I feel much better.
Man, 13-10. Now I feel like we were in it.
I am so confused right now. What's going on?
Okay, the score was 13-10. 13-10.
Reading is fundamental. That's what's going on.
It happened at the end of the game.
It's not fun. It's mental. Go ahead, Lomo.
Letters.
Stafford, 21 for 40 at 40 pass attempts, 216 yards and no touchdowns.
Wow.
K9 20 rushes for 55 yards. Pretty trash. Kyron Williams, the running back, had 14 rushes for 60 yards.
That guy scares me, but go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know the name. Cooper Kupp, 6 receptions for 75 yards. Puka Nacua, 5 for 48. The only bright spot for us was Tyler Lockett, 4 for 38, but he had a touchdown. Defensively leading tacklers was Otis Jones for us and Christian Roseboom for the Rams. This, I didn't write down every name because it would have taken forever. The Rams had 10 tackles for loss. Oh. All right, Dustin, didn't mean to do that.
He froze about a minute ago.
I know. I'm like, Dustin, what the? Okay, go ahead.
I got a picture of him. I got it all sorted. I got all this shit sorted.
Go ahead, Lomo.
The Rams had 10 tackles for loss in that game. 10. The Seahawks only had 2.
Easel.
So put that in perspective. Seahawks had 4 sacks and the Rams had 3. There you go.
Okay, I thought we were in Smile 3 for a minute because he was just like smiling. All right, thank you very much, Little Mo, for your man prediction. We hope it doesn't come true this week, but now let's go to what everyone else thinks. Team 12, Jose, 27-24, Seahawks. Game ball, Williams. Prognostication, we get 2 sacks. As Dustin tries to come back to earth. Mike, prediction. Hawks 27, Lambs 24, game ball K9. Prediction, Hawks have more rushing yards. I just said, Dustin, you were stuck on a smile. Matt can show you the picture that you were stuck on. And I thought it was like Smile 3, like we were in the sequel. And
Nice.
you were going to kill us all.
I lost internet for a second.
That's right. Welcome back. Oh, they get a big
nice pussy.
Chris said Seahawks 24, Rams 21, game ball to Lockett. Prognostication, Hawks get 4 sacks. This is the way. Andy, Seattle 35, Rams 28, game ball to K9. Prognostication, both defenses score. Jimmy, tough matchup as usual. God, I hate the Lambs. Don't we all? Hawks win 26-23. Prognostication, JSN touchdown. Game ball to K9. Carry 27-24. Seahawks. K9 gets 100 yards. Spoon for the game ball. Go Hawks. Now for Team Posse. Statsman Mark says 27-24 Seahawks. Defense 3 sacks. Game ball to JSN. Little Mo.
What?
You have a game ball, prognostication, and score. No. And all right, we'll move on.
No,
Maddie.
Hello.
That's not right. Come on.
27-21. The team plays in Seattle.
21.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll go K9 ball of game. And then I will go K9 100 plus rushing yards.
All right. Maddie.
Hello.
Hello. What you got for us, sir?
Seahawks 20. Rams 17.
All right.
Game ball carb on it.
You just want to say it.
Prognostication, I think there's going to be a takeaway in each half of the game.
A Seahawks takeaway?
You didn't say that.
Just a takeaway.
In each half. All right.
I mean, I'm positive, Will, but I'm not,
Seahawks positivity.
We can use that one to our advantage. We can use that one to advantage because you could take away an opinion from that game, from that half, and you could talk about that. So.
Dustin, the 12-man fan jam show prognostication lawyer. Dustin, what do you got for us?
I was thinking you were going to say 12-man fan jam show, asshole.
No, that's your reservation.
Sure.
Dustin.
I want to quit.
You'll do the show and you'll like it. No, go ahead, Dustin. Sorry.
Pay me more.
I'll say I don't know, 24-17 Seahawk. I really feel like we need to get pressure on Stafford because so Byron Murphy, we'll get Byron Murphy, let him get some pressure up the middle, let him get a game ball. And then prognostication.
Oh, dear.
Oh, it has something to do with sacks.
That's not a good photo. I'm not doing that. That ain't a good photo.
That's not a good one. Yeah, Dustin's having some technical difficulties. We'll get his prognostication, but
I think it has something to do with sacks.
Will?
Ball sacks.
Well, like Matt, I'm also going 20-17 Seahawks. My prognostication.
Oh my God! I really thought.
I knew what he was doing. I was on it.
My prognostication, I think JSN's due for a bit of a breakout game, so I'm going to say he gets 100 receiving yards or more, and he'll get my game ball.
That really got me. I really thought that was...
Welcome back, Dustin. What was your prognostication, Dustin?
Shit, I already forgot.
Murphy, game ball, pressure.
Say again, what did I say?
You were talking about having pressure and Murphy getting the game ball.
Oh yeah, it said prognostication, something positive needs to happen. So I'm gonna say Seahawks just make it up as you go. Okay. I'm gonna say Seahawks get 3 turnovers.
Oh man, that's terrifying.
I'm sorry. What'd you say?
Seahawks get 3 turnovers.
3 TOs for the Seahawks. All right. I couldn't hold it. Jacob started laughing. I kind of lost it. All right, my turn. The Seahawks limp badly into this week's game after the Buffalo Bills and their mafia blew into town and took the hopes of every 12 left to believe in the fact that the Seahawks could. Sorry, I just need a moment. Seahawks team needs a break, and maybe the break is coming into town in the shape of the 3-4 Rams. The Rams, like the Seahawks, are suffering from a 2024 identity crisis. Are they the team that lost to the Cardinals 41-10? Or are they the team that beat the Red Hot Vikings last week 30-20? Offensively, they're led by Matthew Stafford, who looks like an illegitimate son of Elon Musk. I pray he is not.
Oh, Lord.
Stafford has a very pedestrian 7 touchdowns and 5 interceptions in 7 games, and their defense no longer has Aaron Donald, who, as I have mentioned many times in this very segment, can do or say whatever the hell that man wants. He has no questions asked for me. I totally respect him, and he scares the crap out of me.
I would get on my knees for him.
The Rams are still coached by Sean McVay, who was voted NFL's favorite wet dream by the women fans of the NFL. He is struggling, however, to keep his team above water this season. But after stunning the Vikings last week, the Rams are starting to think that they may have turned it around, and they've turned the corner and are ready to ram it to Seattle. Not this week. Watch my game ball Devon Weatherspoon get an interception.
Wow, you're white. The way you said that.
Oh, Rams, there will be some ramming all night, but it will be you into the Lumen Field turf as the Seahawks win by a score of Seahawks 27, Rams 20. Book it.
It is so booked.
I lost the book. Can you give me a book?
I'll get you a book. Well, it's time to bring this episode of the 12-Man Fan Jam show to a sad close. We will be around for a bye-week show next week, I do believe. So be ready for that.
My birthday's this weekend.
His birthday.
Oh, happy birthday!
Coming weekend. Not this weekend.
It is.
No.
The 7th.
This weekend is this week is the end of the 2nd and the 3rd.
It's in 6 days.
All right. Anyway, that's okay. Yeah, it will be a birthday celebration on the show for a little while, a bye week. We'll get presents for him, I'm sure.
I don't think I'm going to be here next week. I think I'll work.
You probably do. But we'll do this for you like we did last week. This is your self-appointed Reverend Moses of St. Paul Island Church of Seahawk Positivity on behalf of Maddie married Old England, Will, birthday boy Little Mo, who may or may not work Friday, Dustin, who kept freezing on us, but we're glad he's back. And all those you do or do not see, and those who watch, listen, participate in this show, we'd like to thank you all. And remember, as always, until next time, go Hawks.
Go Hawks.
Go Hawks.
Will, take us out. A little ramming.
Just ram it.
Ram it.
You gotta roar him before that.
Ram it
today.
Ram it.
Ram it. Everybody ram it. Do the rap part. Ah.